You can create such images, and by the end of the video, I'll teach you how you can create one of the best realistic images with this new Google's model called Imagen. I'll guide you through each step, so stick till the end of the video and you'll learn how you can create such cool images. I'll show you how different prompts and how different images it can create, so just stick with the video. I'm Adit and you're watching SkillCurb. So let's talk about the first image we came up. This image is pretty interesting to show how realistic this model is. So imagine produce a stunning award-winning close-up of a chameleon blending into a background of vibrant texture leaves, and you can read the entire prompt. Now it's time to show how cool it is. Look at the video, look at the photo first. The image is so realistic. The close-up shot is looking almost like clicked by a real human, by a real DSLR camera or some high-end wild photography. And I'm damn sure you also cannot detect if it's fake or true. The texture of leaves, the background blur, the exact eye momentum, the eyelids are pretty accurate. And that's why I'm saying this model is so good. Now let's talk about another image, which is an image of a woman sitting in a room with this pink color hair, and you can see this a cinematic photorealistic medium shot capturing of nostalgic warmth of a late 90s indie film. So this is a prompt. The focus is a young woman with brightly dyed pink hair and Franklin skin looking directly and intensely into the camera lens with a hopeful yet slightly. So you can read the entire prompt and look at the photo first. The image, you cannot say it's generated by AI. The way the background is blurred, you can see the lights blurred a little bit small eyelids and all the stuff make this image entirely realistic. So now you are getting an idea how cool this Google's latest Imagen model, which will help you to generate these images so closely. Okay, another image we have is a frame in a sophisticated medium shot. The white throated kingfisher's magnificent wings against the backdrop of a serene lake environment at perhaps dawn or dusk. Okay, so this is the entire prompt, and look at the photo first. I just can't imagine how cool it's looking. We have already seen two birds and two different animals, and both are generated so well by this model. So you can say this model only works on human. No, this model only works not only works on human, this model works on animals too and insects too. So yeah, if you want to create some insect life of photos, this model is a good go-to. Okay, now we will not stop only when we have different kind of images to test out. Okay, another prompt we gave, the scene unfolds with an unoriginally designed interior space evocative of being inside a giant living structure. The walls and ceiling are composed of smooth interconnected pod-like cellular forms, and you can see this Asian woman in this pod of scientific sci-fi pod. You can see just throughout the pod you can see the capture the a little bit of bloody fog with different kind of trees, and this makes us realize how detailed this model is and how long we have come into this journey of AI, and I'm definitely blessed. Okay, we have another image of this different kind of flower, but I have no idea what kind of flower it is. So it's an extreme close-up shot of a plunges into a beautiful field overflowing abundant frosted wildflowers, innumerable petals and stems, and you can read the entire prompt. One thing you can notice is the prompt, the deeper the prompt, the better the results. I think Imagen is the model which requires a more depth prompt than usual its competitor. So you can see you have an idea of how different Imagen is from the other models. Okay, this is looking seriously good. Okay, another prompt image we have this a very unique kind of image we generated, which has a prompt like create a photorealistic close-up portrait capturing the candid high energy aesthetic of 35 mm film photography with noticeable grain and heart stacked on camera. And you can read the entire prompt. I won't bore you out, but look at this woman with different kind of dressing sense. On the right side you can see the man smiling at her while looking at the camera. One thing you can notice is this is a very low lighting setup kind of environment in the AI prompt. But one thing I can see is the man on the right side is looking not that realistic as the main character protagonist, but you can get an idea how cool this model is. Okay, another model image we have is a very interesting one, which is again an animal shot where a close-up captures the sheer unadulterated joy of a golden retriever. So it's a golden retriever image. You can see it's pretty interesting. Look at it's it's looking out of the window from a car, and the car is like I think it's driving. It's already on the speed and the flow of their hair and the tongue are in the same direction, which makes it very physics friendly. And one thing you can notice is the saliva from his mouth is also much very detailed, and the blurry background is also one of the best feature I can say Imagen has. Okay, another image we have is very interesting. It's a very cinematic shot, a stabilized drone flying dynamically alongside a pod of immense whales. So this humpback whales, or I don't know what kind of whales they are, but you can see the skin texture is pretty shiny, it's reflecting the water and the lights of the sky. And this is not just one whale, there are three whales, and they are like repulsing waters out of their face and body, which is so good. Like they are splashing the water, and offshore the waters the camera maintains a close dramatic perspective, which makes it pretty interesting. Okay, another image we have is a very imaginative image, which sci-fi image, like isolating cinematic wide shot of a capturing an arctic research outpost battling a severe nightmare blizzard. Okay, this is a photorealistic rendering, emphasizing extreme weather and isolation. So if you have ever seen weather station kind of photography, you can say this is pretty accurate. Look at the weather station with different kind of Antarctica way, and I can surely say Imagen did a very good job by capturing the environment, and the lightings are pretty dense. Okay, this is a very normal picture, just a hyperrealistic digital food photograph. So create a vibrant pattern from root vegetables, and this is very interesting. But I don't think this is something I can talk about. So let's go to another one. Okay, now let's talk about some more extreme detailed picture. Here is extreme a macro photograph capturing the breathtaking iridescence of a blue morph butterfly wing. So it's a butterfly wing, and gosh, we can see the detailed capturing of this wing, and I cannot emphasize more that how detailed this model is when it comes to capturing and generating images. It almost looks like the photos are clicked by actual camera. And you can also look at this dress one. I'm not a big fashion sense guy, but one thing you can notice is the texture, the fabrics, and everything in this photo makes it very realistic. So one thing I can surely say is you can generate much generative realistic images than any model ever been created. So even ChatGPT is not generating this much good images. Now Imagen can also generate accurate text too. So yeah, that's a very good, interesting. Okay, another image we have is a woman with another different kind of fashion sense. I don't know what kind of dress it is, but wait. Can you imagine how realistic the model is looking? So in the future, maybe the companies can use these models for to show off their clothes and branding. So that's a very interesting one. Okay, this is a macro photograph of a fishing fish. So it's a very detailed skin texture of a fish, and again it's looking very stunning just like the previous one. And this one is very animated kind of green yellow yarn fields, which is pretty kind of a different kind of stop motion animation one. But that makes you realize that Imagen is kind of all rounder when it comes to generating different genre of images. Another macroscopic image you can see here, and this one is pretty interesting one. So the prompt is up close to flowing formal reveal themselves to be composed of tightly woven skill thread. Oh god, this is interesting. Okay, another prompt is a close-up reveals flowing shapes that seem formed from cluster of delicate interconnected mineral crystals. And oh gosh, this is looking seriously interesting. Okay, another thing we have, we generated a kind of comic strip book, and you can see the comic, it's pretty interesting. However, one thing you can notice is Imagen generated accurate text, which I'm really big fan of. Imagen generated really interesting text, and I'm a big fan of that. Like Imagen generated the fist begins, clink, and where. Oh gosh, I'm damn happy about this. Okay, another a product showcase kind of photo. They can intimate close-up of a photograph, focuses intensely on vintage style paper packaging. Oh gosh, this is interesting. Look at the text. The text is not hallucinating anymore. Okay, another kind of all-purpose floor wheat kind of interesting advertisement kind of product they generated. Again, they generated a comic book kind of images where this dinosaur is saying something like need a vacation, matches as boing boing, and this is the reference by the same Google Chrome game, by the way. And another San Francisco. So yeah, you have an idea, you can also generate good text too. Okay, now let's talk about more images generated from the Imagen. This image is a vibrant illustration in a style of a contemporary fashion poster. So you can see the fashion poster images, which is looking very interesting, cartoonish image, and different kind of the hard blazer with the chest marks with the different floral prints. I'm just can't imagine how quickly this cool looking is. Okay, another landscape illustration depicting a rolling green hills under a soft pink sky, and this image is also looking very childish, very cute, and I'm a big fan of. Another water painting, you can see this on your screen, it's also looking so good, the beach and the stones, and you can see a little bit downside skies, and the sunsets are pretty accurate. Okay, another cartoonish image we generated from Imagen is an atmospheric narrative illustration depicting a young woman with a dark hairstyle, a single star clip, eating dumplings at a small round table in the bustling late night. So this is also very interesting kind of image we generated, and you can see the another few images on the screen which we generated with the help of Imagen. So now you have an idea how cool images you can generate with this new Google's model. I would say just try it out. This model is pretty good and accurate, and I would say it's very realistic when it comes to capturing the animals especially. If you like this video, just simply click on like button, share it, and for more such cutting edge tutorial latest technologies videos every day, just subscribe the channel.